To all those people watching, I would like to remind everyone that this video is not made strictly for kids. It is for older fans and adults too. Enjoy the fucking video! This video is brought to you by my loyal patrons. Register now at any tier to watch new videos 1 month in advance before they're made public. Link is in the description.
Peter Sam and Sir Handel were in the yards being steamed up ready for another day's work. While they were waiting, they saw Diesel rolling past. "There he is again," said Sir Handel. "What is he?" wondered Peter Sam. "I don't know," replied Sir Handel, but he looked rather upset. Perhaps one of the engines on the big railway might know when we see them. Later that day, James was waiting at the station with a local passenger train. Sir Handel pulled up alongside after running around. He then asked him about the mystery engine. "That was Diesel," replied James. "A menace." "Diesel? What is he?" asked Sir Handel. "A Diesel," replied James. Sir Handel was confused. "I know that is his name, James, but what is he?" "A Diesel," retorted the red engine crossly. "Don't joke with me, James. What is he?" "A diesel engine," finished James. "I don't know why he was named after that. That's just his name." "Okay, but what is a diesel engine then?" "A large, boxy thing that runs on rails." "You better watch out for someone like that. They're terrible." And he then told Sir Handel what he had done ever since he came into the yards. "Huh, that's low. Or peeved off because he took the wrong trucks out of the yards and made up something to get him into trouble." "I know," sighed James. "I feel like a right dunderhead towards Duck. We didn't even know that Diesel was telling a lie, but we shouldn't have jumped to conclusions. Anyway, take care when it comes to Diesel, Sir Handel. He can be troublesome."
If you ever visit the island of Sodor and are interested in the stories from the various railways, then you should visit the Railway Archives. It's a treasure trove of stories over the years with all of the engines across the island of Sodor, big or small. Let's take a look at all the stories that are a blast from the past for the engines of Sodor.
The Skarloey Railway was in dire need of repairs, but the railway only had 2 engines in service who were Sir Handel and Peter Sam. Skarloey and Rinius would help, but they had gone to the mainland to be overhauled, and nobody knew how long they would return. The 2 engines were very busy with work, and no time could be made to maintain the line. Mr. Peter Sam, the Thin Controller, decided that the railway was in need of another engine to deal with the lines as maintenance. At first, they had built themselves a diesel engine called Weed Whacker, but it didn't last very long, and so the chief mechanical engineer bought a diesel suitable for the work straight from a factory on the mainland. Sir Handel and Peter Sam saw the new engine rolling into the yards. The Thin Controller climbed down from the cab and introduced him. "Peter Sam and Sir Handel, this is Rusty. He'll be our maintenance diesel." "A diesel?" Sir Handel sniffed. "Rubbish. Why not a steam engine? They are more reliable, sir." "Sir Handel, you shouldn't be rude to our new member here. Apologize at once for your attitude," replied Mr. Peter Sam crossly. But Sir Handel refused to do it, and then said, "Diesels are nothing but trouble. James told me about the one that had come a few weeks ago and caused trouble to Duck." "But I'm not like him," replied Rusty, who felt hurt by Sir Handel's criticism. "Oh, sure," replied Sir Handel crossly, rolling his eyes. "That's enough, Sir Handel," thundered Mr. Peter Sam. "I had heard about that diesel on Sir Charles's railway, but you shouldn't be judging someone who you just met. Now go and collect some trucks at the quarry. I don't want the passengers to have a ride with you." Are you going to give me trouble too? He asked. Peter Sam smiled and said, Don't worry, I'm not like Sir Handel, but you must know that he can be good once you get to know him. That's right, agreed Mr. Peter Sam. I can understand his worry, but I cannot tolerate an engine who base an assumption of your kind based on one engine's devious deeds. Now, Rusty, Scarlo is coming home. Let's mend the track so well that he won't know where he is. And so Rusty got to work. The Scarlo Railway runs through fields and mountains along the line. They also pass many farms, and the passing engines would see the animals grazing in the fields close to the line. But one day, one of these farm animals decided to pay a visit to Crovan's Gate after its owner left the gate open. The goat, who was called Sonny, was very hungry and found some cardboard signs on the station platform. They were used for the railway's indicator boards to tell passengers what time the train was going to those places. He thought they looked delicious and began to have a nibble of it. The station master then saw Sonny. Shoo! Shoo! Get out of here! He called, and Sonny ran away. But despite that, Sonny came back again, wanting to finish her delicious meal. Meanwhile, Rusty was returning home after mending a piece of track. On the way, he saw a farmer waving to him. Have you seen Sonny? Asked the farmer. Who's Sonny? Asked Rusty, and the farmer explained. Rusty smiled and said, Don't worry, sir, we'll find her, and he rolled away. He soon approached Rinnia Station. Peter Sam and Sir Handel were at the sheds nearby being serviced. Have you two seen a goat called Sonny? He asked, but all that Sir Handel's response was just a hiss of steam at him. Peter Sam was cross. You shouldn't be doing that, he retorted. I can and I will, sympathizer, replied Sir Handel rudely. So far, Rusty hadn't been causing any trouble. You will find out just how useful he is. Look at the work he had done to the track. It's becoming a lot smoother, you know. Ha! Scoffed Sir Handel. Rusty pulled into Crovan's Gate to drop off the workmen. He saw the station master trying to shoo Sonny away, but he kept on coming back to the delicious cardboard. Get out of here, you silly goat! Groaned the station master crossly, but the goat just bleated in protest. What's going on here? Asked Rusty. Then the station master explained the situation. I know goats like to eat grass, but I can't find any around here. Then Rusty had an idea. We could go get some grass up the line and place the goat in a wagon and take him to the farm. A farmer came up to us earlier wondering where Sonny went, and I think we found her. Splendid, replied the station master happily. So Rusty and his driver moved up the line and came to the farm, and told the farmer that they had found Sonny and explained the situation he was in. So the farmer gave him some grass clippings, and when Rusty returned to Crovan's Gate, his driver showed them to Sonny. Sonny walked towards it and then jumped in the van after the driver placed the clippings inside. Sonny was enjoying it, and Rusty pulled her back to the farm. The farmer was pleased and promised never to forget to close the gate in future. Sir Handel and Peter Sam heard about the news as it travelled around fast. Peter Sam congratulated Rusty on a wonderful job. Sir Handel, though, was very quiet. Just goes to show just how useful Rusty can be, replied Peter Sam, smirking. Sir Handel didn't say anything, but he looked towards Rusty and smiled, and so did Rusty.